Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Doula To Me. We are so excited. We have an amazing guest tonight. Her name is Dr. Shelley Anderson, and she is an amazing chiropractor locally in the Treasure Coast in Okeechobee. So we're going to jump right in. Ready, Shelley? Ready to go?
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, good. We are so excited to have you. So tell us a little bit about what is even a chiropractor and what do you do for our community?
So chiropractic is more of they call it complementary alternative medicine, but it's conservative care to take care of your spine. We use our hands to properly diagnose and treat spinal conditions as well as other joint conditions to help restore function to the body and to the nervous system.
Awesome.
How it benefits the community, I feel it benefits anybody that has a spine. There's so many ailments to it. Everything works together. Your whole central nervous system, brain and spinal cord are protected by your vertebral column. So if you got misalignment in there, it's going to put pressure on the nerves that come out from the spinal cord and affects every single thing in your body, whether it's muscle tissue, organ tissue, reproductive tissue, legs, arms, everything. So it's a very important part of your body, and most people don't think about it until they get to pain. But really, preventative care in your spine would benefit you more than waiting until you get to that point.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, Shelley, can you tell us a little bit more specifically about how chiropractic care can benefit a pregnant woman?
Oh, absolutely. So when you're pregnant, you get all this added weight in the front of your body, which puts a lot of stress on the spine, which can create pain, sciatica, all sorts of issues. So chiropractic is a great pain relief for pregnancy, and it gives women a chance to get relief from their discomforts because you don't really want to be taking medications and things like that. But it also works to make sure that the whole nervous system down to your reproductive organs is functioning properly. Your uterus connects into your sacrum and your pelvis. So if you got misalignment going on in those areas, it's going to make the shape of your uterus misaligned as well, which is now going to change the shape for baby. So baby's not going to be comfortable. Baby's not going to have space to grow and be in the proper positions that it should be because of all the confinement and shifting. So it works as that. It also helps with relaxation of the muscles and the ligaments in that area, as well as making sure the nerve flow that powers the uterus and all the muscles around that area work properly so that when you go into delivery, everything's working as it should. It makes pregnancy easier, makes delivery easier. It's also very important beyond that so that you can also have a good postpartum with that. Helps with the, I think in my personal opinion, it helps postpartum. It helps stimulate the nervous system, helps the brain, helps with all the emotions that come with it, helps better with your milk supply, and just helps recovery in the long run. And it's not just beneficial for vaginal births, but also for C-sections, because either way, your spine is still going through the same health issues.
Okay, that's awesome. So I know I have heard about a specific technique for pregnant women called Webster. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. Webster's is a specific sacral analysis that uses a diversified type of adjustment. Diversified is a full spine technique in chiropractic, but it's good at reducing the effects of a sacral subluxation because remember I said the uterus connects into the sacrum. So you want to make sure that sacrum is in proper alignment so your uterus is in proper positioning as well as the nerve supply. So it specifically focuses on the sacrum as well as what we call the SI joints, sacroiliac joints, which is your iliums, your pelvis area. So basically the bones your hip bones connect into. You got the sacrum, which is the triangle, and then the iliums that come around it. So it focuses on proper alignment of that and make sure the birth canal is clear for baby to come through as well.
Amazing. So is there anything that you can do for infants as a chiropractor?
Oh, absolutely. Infants, as long as I feel anything with a spine can get adjusted, but infants, absolutely. I have found in my experience, chiropractic care has helped a lot with neurological issues, delayed neural responses from birth. Babies get traumatized just as much from birth as, say, the mother giving birth because the first misalignment usually happens coming down through the birth canal or even a C-section where you're being pulled back up out of the birth canal to come out of mommy's belly. So the way you're twisted and turned, if you watch birth videos, you'll see the baby's neck's usually twisted funny, the shoulders not put up a little bit. So the misalignment's coming from the upper cervical spine from the very start. You'll also notice women who have breastfeeding issues typically A lot of times a baby will only turn their head to one side or only latch to one breast. Usually that's because there's something going on in the upper cervical spine that will not allow their head to change positions. With chiropractic care though, we're not like treating those issues, we're treating the spine. We find where there's a misalignment in the spine, we correct that, and then these issues, the body heals itself. I'm all about fix the problem, the body will heal itself. So babies with colic, like that, usually we find they got an issue in their upper cervical spine or their mid back, and you work on those areas, those issues start to clear themselves. Same way with constipation, diarrhea, things like that. It's usually a lower back issue, but again, comes back to the upper cervical spine. We're not treating those issues. We're just clearing the spine and the nervous system of neurological interference, and those issues, the body heals itself. You remove the nerve interference, the body and nerve energy can flow how it's supposed to, and it will heal itself. And people, chiropractic is different for babies. It's not like a typical adjustment like you would make for an adult. It's very gentle, more light, sustained contact. It's not the same. So people are like, oh my gosh, you treat babies. Absolutely, they need it. But it's not the same type of an adjustment you would think you would get as an adult. It's very gentle, very different analysis, but very beneficial. My son's been adjusted since he's been a day old.
Wow.
And he's done great. So.
Awesome. So quick question for you, Shelley. So if I'm out here in our community and I'm watching this video and I'm thinking, well, how pregnant do you have to be? Or how, can I get adjusted 7 months, 8 months pregnant? What age does my child need to start being adjusted, or whatever that might be? Can you answer some of those questions more specifically?
Absolutely.
To that?
So if you're under chiropractic care from even before pregnancy, then I say you can get adjusted through the whole time. But if you're new to chiropractic, we typically ask you to wait till after your first trimester, then to start care. But we don't want you to wait till last minute either. A lot of women wait till they're like ready to give birth to want to start getting chiropractic care. We prefer you start at least at that 33-week mark, so that we can start really getting the pelvis in the proper alignment, because that's when the baby starts to grow and space starts to get limited. So we really want to make sure that everybody's clear and the body's in proper positioning so the baby can be in the right position the whole time. I was under chiropractic care through my whole pregnancy and never had a problem with anything. He came straight out perfect. And I believe the chiropractic care, making sure I was in proper alignment the whole time.
That's wonderful. And just so we can kind of get a little bit more about you too, Shelley, tell us some of the information about you as far as, tell us again, how far will you go? Do you have an office? Will you come to people's homes? How would I work with you as a patient?
So I'm a mobile chiropractor. So I come to you, I have the table, I have pregnancy pillows. I'm all set up to come to you and take care of you. Travel, I would love to take care of the St. Lucie community. I do travel down to Palm Beach a couple of times a week for other clients. So I try to group those clients into that same time frame to when I visit those areas. I am willing to travel further. Everything's always subjective, and just would be something you'd want to speak with me about one-on-one and see if it's something that can be arranged, but nothing's off the table. I just want to help people and help them have a great pregnancy.
I love that. I feel like a lot of people, I'm sorry.
See, to answer the last question, I forgot to touch on babies. They should get checked as soon as you either leave your birth center or are ready to leave your home. If you do a home birth or your hospital, they can get checked as early as a day old by a trained chiropractor.
Awesome.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was interrupting. I was just going to say that I think it's really great that you are a traveling chiropractor. I think that can really be a barrier for some people is, they're working, or maybe they, don't really want to go anywhere. They just have a long day and they just want to be at home after their day is done. So for you to come to them, I think is really great.
Especially if you're not a first-time mother and you have multiple children. So being pregnant and having to load all the children into the car and go sit at a doctor's office, keep them entertained in a waiting room, it's more of a convenience to them to just have someone come to their house and stay in the comfort of their home or at their workplace if that works for them as well.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, Dr. Anderson, you have been a gift to us tonight. You've been a gift to our community. We hope to get your information out there so more of our pregnant mamas know about you and so that you can serve our community even better than you already do. Everybody stay tuned. Dr. Anderson's information is going to be on our last page tonight, so you can get all her information. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, Shelley.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shelley.
And thank you everyone for watching. Have a good day.
Bye.